one last piece. It's a longer piece that is an ekphrastic translation of a friend's collage. I was invited about a month ago to read in this reading. It was called "Younger Than Jesus, Older Than AIDS," and it was a friend who had done a. It was very. It was a challenge to work in this particular context for a variety of reasons. But what I did is was asked to give a reading. I interpreted formally a collage by my one friend, whose exhibition it was, and the collage had these photographs of he and his friends, and some of them had died. They were at these radical fairy retreats in the 70s and 80s, and they were kind of opposed to the dominant gay culture and the pop culture that was maybe wearing polo shirts and all this, and they were doing their other thing. And so this collage has on the front on the closest to the viewer, there's a big photograph of this past, and behind it are all these ads from parties in the Castro, and it's like hypersexualized of that dominant culture. So I interpreted formally and in content the piece as my attempt. His piece was called "Having Danced Upon a Volcano." My piece is called Speech Text 3/26/2012. This gallery doesn't need any sort of description. So this is me shutting TFU and letting you get to it. And if you end up getting bored with sexy butts, you won't be with athletic butts, brownish hands, citizen sleeves, Adidas gloves, full gloves, simple pepper glove, bare hands. Started at the first gathering. Numerous accounts exist about the profound event that started out to be a light-hearted romp and turned into be a serious affair. Something about the ass-enchils of yoga pants. 121. Photos. Sexy. Yoga. Pants. Butt. 29. Number 1. 220 men found meaning in the language of the flyer, trekking to Tucson, living and perceiving their lives differently, merging of political consciousness and spiritual consciousness. An interest in healing society rather than championing exclusive claims to rightness. Does all this political spiritual ferment have any relevance to urban camo hands, Adidas white gloves, headshots hands, new version? It's in the air, heard everywhere. Fixed girl Putin gloves, Sandman skin. It's in the air, heard everywhere. Pink scratch. Strap has a removable shoulder pad that's lined with a not too sticky grip, while the built-in backpack straps, cap and jack Oakley gloves, U.S. desert, cap in white, Russian Arctic. To talk about the politics of the gay espiritment, the espiritment of gay politics, to find the healing place inside, headshots hands, white angel glove, blue dragon hands. A low hum began, but quickly moved into a more agitated, coarser, emotion-filled cries. When the cage had been around the circle, the drunken confession leads to my gorgeous fraternity brother sucking my dick. He doesn't yet know I've had a crush on him forever, and brothers are feeling the need to come together, to share insights about ourselves, to dance in the moonlight, to renew our oaths against patriarchy, corporations, racism, to hold, protect, nurture, and caress one another, from classic lace to eye-catching leopard print pieces. I think it was rare. I don't think that happens all the time. Watch the king of downtown frat fuck. Some fresh new frat faces fucking tight twink little brother holes. An all-star lineup of the best regiment men, saying, "What will we eat? What will we wear? For it is the nations who strive for all these things, but strive first for the kingdom of God and its righteousness. And all these things will be given to hold, protect, nurture, and caress one another." To talk about the politics of the gay espiritment, the espiritment of gay politics. An all-star lineup of the best regiment men, saying, "What will we eat? What will we wear? For it is the nations who strive for all these things, but strive first for the kingdom of God and its righteousness. And all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, don't worry about tomorrow. For tomorrow, I have lost the debate on Tim Tebow's skills as a quarterback. We look forward to regaining our ancient historical roles as medicine people, healers, prophets, shamans, and sorcerers. We look forward to an endless and fathomless process as silence, grunts, chants, and motion becomes pink scratch with lemon cotton velour, knit print one-size hybrid fitted diaper. Newer to old space dyed striped short sleeve sweater. Newer to old space dyed striped short sleeve sweater. We had no answers. We cried a lot and laughed a lot. And sometimes we, sexualities besides simply, also had a pink tattoo around the edge of his lips, and what appeared to be a dark tattoo on the front of his scalp. His face and neck were, his arms were, also, covered, oh, tender, eyes, oh, wistful, eyes, you, smiled, on, me, one, day, and, all, my, life, in, glad, surprise, leapt, up, and, pleaded, stay, alas, oh, cruel, star-like, eyes, so, grave, and, yet, so, gay, you, went, to, lighten, other, skies, smiled, once, and, passed, away. A low hum began, but quickly moved into a more agitated, coarser, emotion-filled cries. When the cage had been around the circle, the leader took it to the center and held it up, so everyone could see what they were throwing away. Then he flung the cage and everything it contained into the desert darkness. 1. Top, Zaul, MQ. 2. Leggings and legwear. They lowered him onto the ooze and covered him over. They held him up high again and began to chant. After they put him down, another dance broke out. Something about the nudity. His bushy red beard and the thick hair on either side of the bald scalp are streaked with gray. It's called limelight because it's meant to be lime, right? It wouldn't bother me so much if it was called scarlet light, or crimson light, or magenta light. A low hum began, but quickly moved into a more agitated, coarser, emotion-filled cries. When the cage had been around the circle, the leader took it to the center and held it up, so everyone could see what they were throwing away. Then he flung the cage and everything it contained into the desert darkness.